Hi everyone, it's Reverend Lucy coming to you from High Banks Metro Park in Columbus, Ohio again. And today we have a beautiful sunny day, yet a really humid day. It's already in the morning quite warm, and we've had quite a bit of rain, and the humidity is very present. So I'm grateful that maybe that doesn't come through on the recording. But anyway, I'm here today with a message that is inspired by some of you. Because I've gotten, through channels, I've gotten messages or questions from people that have asked about the necklace that I wear. And I want to point that out to you. The necklace right here, if you can see that. People have asked and said, what is that? It looks like a Star of David, and does that mean that you're Jewish? And so I wanted to clarify that. That's the message for today. It is not a Star of David, and it does not mean I'm Jewish. And so thank you for asking, because that's a really good question, and it helps me to bring about a response or a clarification that other people may have been wondering about. So here's the explanation. The symbol is called a Merkaba, and depending on how you find it, it could be Merkava, Merkab, B-A-H. I see it as M-E-R-K-A-B-A. That's how it speaks to me, but there are various spellings of, and it's the same thing. Merkaba means spirit, light, body. Body is Ba, and Ka is the spirit. The Ka, in many traditions, they talk about spirit and the Ka and the Chi and the Prana and the Ka. And then Mer is the light. And so spirit, light, body. And it's a way of connecting with the divine. When you connect with your Merkaba, you connect with the divine. And we all actually have a Merkaba around our bodies. And the Merkaba is a pyramid. It's formed with a pyramid, an upward pyramid, which is male, and a downward pyramid, which is female. And they're one superimposed on the other, and they counter rotate. One goes clockwise, the other goes counterclockwise, and that's around our bodies. And so there would be a pyramid shape from my head, and it would start at one hand width above my head. So this would be the tip of the upward facing pyramid, and then it would come down, and then the bottom facing pyramid, or the bottom pointing pyramid, would go down, and it would be about a hand width. The other point would be about a hand width below my feet. And that's my vehicle for my body for connecting with the divine. And so the symbol helps me to tune into that and to strengthen and build that connection. And so it is different from a Star of David, because the Star of David is two-dimensional. It has length and width, yet the Merkaba, because it is triangles, or not triangles, pyramids, it is three-dimensional, so it has a depth to it and a movement to it. I'm not sure about the Star of David having movement. I just see it as a two-dimensional representation. And I don't know too much about the Star of David, so I really can't speak to that. But I know that the Merkaba, the difference is that the Merkaba is three-dimensional. And so in my necklace, hopefully you saw some depth to it, as it's pointing out. But easy to see it as a Star of David from a distance, because I don't know that you could necessarily see that depth, the 3D-ness of it. So that should clarify that one aspect. The other thing I want to say is that I am a non-denominational minister. I do not practice any one religion. I was raised Catholic and saw some things that didn't compute for me as I was growing up. I had many questions, as I'm sure many of you did when you were growing up, many questions about the things I was learning within that religion, and never really got clear answers that made sense to me. And so when I could, in my later teens, early 20s, I left that behind, very consciously left that behind, but it was always spiritual, always very, very spiritual. And so I see a distinction between religion and spirituality. To me, religion is a human made system or format for expressing the teachings and helping people to learn and looking at how to be a good human being. And so I feel like there is value in religion and it resonates with many people. And so, if that resonates with you, that's great because I feel like it's helpful to have that connection with the divine. And if that's how you connect, that's wonderful. It doesn't resonate for me. And so, I look at spirituality, which is, I believe, a broader view of things. And to me, spirituality, it really looks at what are those teachings on a different level and across the board, but without human intervention to it. And so I focus on those things in my spirituality. Now, many religions do have aspects of similar things. And so I feel like they have helpfulness for some people. Um, it is just not where I am. So I am non denominational in my ministry and my views of things, although I feel like I honor and respect and learn from. I learn other traditions and other teachings. And what I like in the spirituality aspect is I can learn a tradition within Buddhism, yet still see where that fits into Judaism and or Christianity, where there's overlap, where they're really talking about the same things, just doing using different languages, or there's different people involved, different deities, etc. I like that. To me, it makes sense when I see a similar concept in 2, 3, 8 different religions. To me, that would indicate something that's more of a universal truth if it appears, the concept appears in different ways in different places. So that's what I look to and that's what I follow, and it works for me. So that's my message for today. My necklace is a Merkaba, and I'm spiritual, metaphysical would be another word that I use. So spiritual, non-denominational, metaphysical. So I'll leave all that to you for further research if that speaks to you, and I hope that it does. So that's my message for today. Bye for now.